is in a boat. She is getting Maine lobster out of the water that's already cooked. Let's talk about my grandma's, and we're going to talk about a recipe that's over 100 years old. It is moist, it is flavorful, it's delicious. People wait around the block in Boston to get this cake. These cakes, again, we talk about freshness, and when we're going to ship them to you, we'll let you know that we are going to be making the cakes when you order them. 28-ounce coffee cakes in your choice of flavor. The one that I'm breaking open is the latest, newest flavor, apple cider donut, that launched in Christmas in July. And when I say that this smells like exactly what you imagine, oh, that lovely cider and like a lovely dough, like raised dough donut would smell like, that's exactly true. Let me share with you exactly what your choices are. Again, 28 ounces, so it's going to be 1 3/4 pounds of cake. Expiring price, the price on this goes up, the easy pay goes away at the end of the day. It's a big deal. It's also a hot pick, so it's all these things. $8.99 on that easy pay. You can elect to get that apple cider donut going down front, cinnamon walnut, which is the original, but then also we have available pumpkin spice. Now you let us know which one of the 3 amazing flavors you want. I say these are your 2 fall flavors, the apple cider donut and the pumpkin spice. And then let us know, do you want it now, August 26th, which is Monday, September 23rd, that's a ship date, October 7th, or October 21st. All those ship dates, no auto delivery on this. So just let us know when you'd like to have it in your home. $26.98, feeding multiple people with this moist, flavorful, tastes like homemade, because it basically is homemade cake. Marie-Louise Ludwig is on the line for us. Hi, Marie-Louise, nice to see you.
Hi, Marie-Louise.
Hi, friends. It is great to be here. It is so exciting because we are winding down on a great big deal. And today, outside here where we live, it's fall.
Yeah, it is a little cool.
It feels so good.
It is a little cool. Go ahead.
It is a little cool, but it's just a little temptation for what's to come. But these fall flavors have been a huge hit. Where do you want to start, my friend?
Let's start with the original cinnamon walnut, because I'd love for you to tell the story. If somebody's shopping with us for the very first time, let's set up who my grandma's is and why you were so beloved.
Yeah, well, I love this because my grandma starts with a 150-year-old plus recipe. These are baked fresh in Boston. Through all the years we've been baking them, there's never been a compromise on the quality and the size and the taste of these. Let's go watch. And I like to say we're kind of a medium-sized bakery, so we're baking in small batches, but what really sets us apart is that commitment to tradition. And how do we do that? With a little bit of automation, but look, all hands on deck. Our bakers are hand-filling our signature streusels in the middle, loading them up, weighing each cake for consistency, and then finishing them off. In this case, we're finishing off with fresh California Mariani walnuts and a whole bunch of cinnamon sugar, slow baked for an hour, put into a great freezer bag, and shipped to you fresh, which we love. Our cakes are always fresh.
Yeah, shipped to you fresh, and again, made in small batches. So that is the cinnamon walnut that I love, the Madagascar bourbon vanilla, which is that story for sure.
Important.
And then look at how moist this is. Do you see? My thumbprint is in the cake for a reason. That shows you how moist it is and how delicious that cinnamon walnut up top. But then there are 2 fall flavors. So you let us know, 28 ounces, we're going with a 1 3/4 pound. This is your pumpkin. Feeding how many people will each one of these cakes feed, my love?
Well, on average, about 15 to 20 slices of the size that you did there, maybe just a little bit smaller, but 15 to 20 slices out of one cake is a party. Is a coffee get-together in the morning. And the pumpkin spice, here's how we got to this flavor last year. We kind of decided that we would take that delicious, traditional coffee cake recipe, and we would marry it with a pumpkin pie. So, fresh, pure pumpkin puree, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove, allspice, all come together with that Madagascar bourbon vanilla, that sour cream that gives it that heaviness and that moistness. and now in pumpkin, finished off on the top with cinnamon
I mean,
sugar.
and I don't know if you've been going to our website, but we've got fall pumpkin spice and everything nice going on
Yeah.
everywhere. And so if you're the
Sure.
person who, the minute that coffee shop said that pumpkin was available, the minute you get pumpkin ice cream anywhere, you're like, I'm flocking to pumpkin. Pumpkin is where you want to go. But then
Yep.
if you're the person who's like, you know what, I want to go, into that, apple patch, and I want to go apple picking, or I want to go on that hayride, that apple cider is pretty divine. Apple cider donut.
And this was a cake that was inspired by me, that I was baking a lot to bring in to share with my friends at QVC last fall. And we're always looking for great new flavors. So I said to my family at my grandma's, can we do this?
Yeah.
Not only did we do this, but I really believe we did it right. Starting with 100% pure Vermont apple cider.
Wow.
Look at the color of that cake.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that experience of having one of those delicious apple cider donuts. You get a little bit of the cinnamon sugar crunch on the top. You get the taste of that apple cider all the way through. It is so good. A little bit of cinnamon. Do you love it? Just a little bit.
Because if you're like me and you can't pass up a cake donut, like if you've never met a donut that you can pass up, and that's me. Like if you're like, are you an ice cream girl or are you a cake girl? I am dough cake all the way, floor it. And so I love a donut, a cake donut. And that apple cider donut is an explosion of flavor in all the good ways. So I get that apple cider that you were talking about, some cinnamon in there, and that cakey, texture of that perfect donut. This is a beloved brand here at QVC. You've got 3 choices to choose from and then myriad of ship dates. I'll tell you the ship dates again, but it comes in that box. You can get the apple cider donut, which is the newest flavor, just launched in July. Then down front, this is the one that started it all, that launched 1,000 chips. It's the cinnamon walnut. And again, they're made in small batches. They're hand topped. They've got that Madagascar bourbon vanilla, that sour cream that makes the texture so dreamy, or the pumpkin spice. You let us know, do you want it now, August 26th, which is Monday, September 23rd, October 7th, or October 21st. Now it's M98950. Price goes up, easy pay goes away at the end of the day. It says, apple cider coffee cake, donut coffee cake, 100% pure. You open it up. Tell us what we do when we get it home, Marie Louise.
Oh, it's easy. It's going to arrive to you fresh. On top of the cake will be an additional piece of cardboard. We really take a lot of time to make sure we protect it. So you have some options because there's no preservatives in our cake. You can eat it or you can freeze it. You've got 2 weeks if you want to keep it on your countertop. If you're one of us who really likes to get a little slice here and a slice there, keep it in the bag it comes in. Maybe put it in a nice size lock and lock container, but 2 weeks to go. We recommend, if you want to, cut some slices off and freeze them so you have them ahead of time. But the beauty of this is being able to grab this now and knowing you can pop it into your freezer. And even if you forget about it, a year later, it's still going to be good. Take it out, thaw it. You have an instant delicious dessert or breakfast or snack.
Let me give you an update on what's happening. The price expires at the end of the day. Since this has been a big deal, 30,000 have been snapped up. We've got over 1,000 picked up just in the past few minutes. This is a Customer Choice Award nominee. You're looking at the yield here, so look at how many slices you're going to get. Over a dozen slices per cake. You can top them if you want to with whipped cream or a little powdered sugar just to make them look fancy. If you want to be really fancy yourself, here it is. Make them for French toast. Turn your my grandma's into French toast, and all of a sudden decadent just got decadent-er, if that's possible. Can you really get more decadent? You absolutely can. Thank you so much, David, for giving me this opportunity to do a little bit of a pour, to send in a shout out to my stylist. That's
David.
Beautiful and delicious. Come on over here because these are going to be packed. When we said send something to somebody, lots of times people send a bottle of wine. Send a My Grandma's cake, because I'd love if we have time for you to share with us that story again. It's cakes that are made in Boston that people line up around the block for. That's a 100-year-old recipe made in really small batches.
It's a memory on a plate, I like to say, for those of us who remember the days when our grandmas always made things from scratch. We had a handmade cake all the time at my house. So if you don't have time to bake or you have other things to take care of every day, let us do that work for you. We bake these fresh in Boston from our bakery. freshly baked, shipped to you or shipped to a loved one with a bill to ship to. Always made with the highest integrity, the best ingredients, that Madagascar bourbon vanilla. You know, Bob, our owner, could have taken it down to imitation anything, but he chooses not to,
Right.
because this really is what it's all about. If you're going to put my grandma's on a cake, you're going to continue to follow that recipe. But look at how moist and dense that is.
Yeah, and that was the
Incredible.
apple cider
Such a
donut. Again,
delicious
it's a marriage of a donut, your favorite apple cider, little bit of cinnamon thrown in there, the cinnamon walnut. And for the nut lover in you, you got to get the nuts, the cinnamon walnut. That's where it all started. We all went crazy for it. And then there's also the pumpkin that just says, "'Tis the season." It's officially fall in September 22nd, right around the corner. You can put this in your freezer up to a year. It's $8.99 to get it home. And as you're right here, Em, just showing you one last moment how incredibly moist this is. So you can see how moist it is, and you can see no skimping on walnuts or cinnamon or ingredients. And I love that you use the real of everything. Thank you, Marie Louise.
Always.
So nice to see you.
Thanks, everybody.
Mwah.
You too, Ray.
Take care, my friend. See you later. So we still have more coming up in this show, but Alberti has a big show coming up next hour. It's called The Sizzle. Do you know what The Sizzle is?